Does the business name really matter? Arguably, the answer to this question is yes. Choosing a name for your business, even before starting, matters a lot. The question here should be, how do you do that? Stick with me to the end of this video to get the right answers to this question. How to choose a name for your business. That's branding. If you're just meeting me for the first time, my name is Flora. Here in this channel, my passion is sharing everything business and personal development skills with you at every slightest opportunity. If this is the kind of content you enjoy watching, click the subscription and like button below. And also don't forget to share with people like you that might need it. Believe it or not, choosing the right name can make it easier for your business to succeed, while the wrong name could harm your chances of succeeding, especially in this time and age. To make sure your business name does not affect the visibility of the business, consider any of the following. The first one on how to choose a name for your business is, what sort of business are you going into? In choosing a name for your business, you need a clear understanding of the nature of your business. Having a clear insight for your business is very important. It's one of the recipes for choosing a great brand name. You need to make sure that when people come across your business name, they understand what it is you do almost immediately. It has to be clear, very clear. There are 1,000,001 businesses out there that offer similar or same products and services that you do. No one has the luxury of time to waste trying to figure out what sort of business you run. Keep it simple and obvious. Let your name tell instantly what you do, because in business, branding instantly matters. Have you come across a billboard that is hard to say what the advertisers are into, especially on the highway? Having a deep understanding of what type of business you want to run will make it easier for you to relate it to others. Your business name should represent what it is you want to do. No complication. Life is already complicated for a lot of people. So the second one, how to choose a name for your business. Define your target audience. The moment you have decided to give your business a name, you need to get a knowledge of who your potential customers are. This will give you an insight into what brand name will be appealing to them. Some of my clients fail this test. Once I ask them who their potential customers are, they usually say everybody. That's the wrong approach to business in the first place. Everyone can't buy from you no matter what product or services you intend to offer. Some factors will affect their decisions from becoming your customers. And the earlier you understand this, the better for your business. The clothes a 20-year-old wants is quite different from what a 50-year-old wants. The food a Nigerian wants is most likely to be different from what a Black American, Japanese wants. The choice of a book a Christian wants is different from that of a Muslim brother, even though they are in the same location. It is very important to define who you are targeting. Put your audience at the center of everything. Take for instance, you have chosen millennials as your target audience. What name do you think will attract them? Get a good understanding of the cultural differences, age bracket of your intended clients, and how you will help them to accomplish this by considering their needs, wants, and desire. Because the moment you understand this, every other process becomes easier. The third one is make it easier to remember. The best thing that can happen to your business is having a name that is easy to recall. To create a great name for your business, it has to be simple enough to be remembered. A good name does not have to be ambiguous to be good. I'm a fan of shawarma. Recently, I ordered one from a pop-up advert on my phone. The experience was good. It tasted as good as I wanted. The delivery was also quick. The company was not a popular brand here in Abuja, but their product and services was on point, even better than the so-called popular brands. So the next time I tried to order from same company, I found it difficult to remember their names. I had to order from the wrong company, just because their menu were similar. And this time around, the order was for a group of friends, meaning I bought more from their competitors, simply because I forgot the name of the vendors. And to think that these wrong vendors delivered tasty shawarma and fast service made it easier for me not to bother looking for the first vendors, meaning that the restaurant I prefer lost the transaction. I had a former colleague narrate similar issue to me. He's not based here in Abuja, but each time he comes around, he ends up looking for an unnamed restaurant in Zone 4. According to him, he had a swell experience with their fisherman's soup, but he could not remember the name of the restaurant, even though he said the location is in Zone 4, of which I'm sure he's wrong, because we have combed the entire area to no avail. What if this business is considered what I just told you, to make sure it's easy to remember? Imagine how many customers they might have lost simply because of having the wrong name. You might think it does not matter, but the phrase "a little drop of water makes the ocean" is still applicable in business. So the next point I'm giving you now is make sure it works well online. By this I mean your business name should be searchable on the internet. In choosing a name for your business, this is essential. Don't think you can ignore the impact it will have on your business. The internet is a global village on its own, with millions of business names that cashes out on a regular basis. Make sure to choose a name that your potential customers can easily spell while searching the internet, especially if you're starting out. It's your duty to make it easier for them to see your business. And once they miss the spelling, they are most likely to lose interest, just like my shawarma story I told you earlier. I actually and honestly wanted their shawarma, but obviously the name didn't work well online. Your potential clients will go to your industry and local directories on the internet to look for your business name. You have to be deliberate while choosing a name. In addition to having your business name work well online, it is safer to check up the availability of your name on all the social medias before settling with it. I do this very well with my clients before settling with suggestions. I make sure that the names are available on the social media so that the handles will be the same. Yeah, it has little impact, but at the same time, it matters a lot as long as you're starting out. In that case, it makes it easier to work well online, unless in a situation where my clients insist. But it's another advantage to have your business name as your website, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. Everything the same. It has an advantage. The fifth one is logo compatibility. Of course, in branding, logo comes after the name, but it's something I want you to consider too while concluding on a name for your business, because some names makes it difficult to create an applicable logo that will make your business stand out. This is actually not fit for all industries anyway. The next one is create room for expansion. While choosing a name for your business as a startup, you have to create in mind that your business will not continue to be at the startup level. There should be room for growth. Just like I mentioned earlier, the business name you have in a locality where almost everyone understands the meaning of the traditional name you have chosen is likely not to function well in other cities with versatile languages. That's why you see a lot of businesses change their names after a while to accommodate expansion. But if you consider this early, it will save you tons of stress and cost of rebranding. The seventh one is get an understanding of different types of names. Not every type of name works well for every business. Work with an understanding of the type of name that will be useful for your business. Take for instance, using your name as a business name. You're not the first business to be named after the owner, yet successful. But the truth is, some people might successfully get away with it, but as a startup, you might not. So you have to put this in consideration too. So here are some types of business names to consider. The first one is acronym. These are shortened version of description of names. For example, NBC, Nigerian Bottling Company, KFC, Ketusi Fried Chicken. Descriptive. The next type of name that you have to consider when you're trying to give a name to your business is evocative. Evocative names use suggestion and metaphor to bring to mind the brand experience or leaving room for interpretation. A good example will be Apple, Amazon, Google. In choosing a name for your business, another thing again to consider is make sure your name does not mean anything negative in other languages. It is important to check that there is no additional meaning to your name, both in English and in other languages. Until you have done this, it is not safe to say you have a great business name. Do your assignment very well to avoid unnecessary waste of time and resources in the nearest future. The 9th point to consider while trying to get a name for your business is check the availability of your name. This simply means to check that nobody else is using the name before you settle with it. There are tons of ways to do this. Each country has their own trademark policy to register a business name. Check the availability and register with Corporate Affairs Commission before you proceed to trademark. That's if you're in Nigeria. There are lots of words you're not allowed to use without specific permission and meeting certain requirements. Example is any name that is offensive, misleading, or giving rise to obvious confusion, or the same as an existing name on the index. This is important both in terms of legal purposes and also differentiating yourself from your competitors. It's also one of the most critical steps when selecting a business name. So you have to be careful. The next point to consider while trying to choose a name for your business is choose a name you like. As obvious as this may seem, don't take it for granted. To choose a name for your business, you have to like it. It should be something you will be proud of in the nearest future. It should be something you will be excited to associate with. Don't be too hasty to conclude on the name. Make sure the name is relatable to you. Choosing a name can be fun too, and remember that your business name is also your identity. Feel proud and identify with it. So let's look up on the points I made earlier. How to choose a name for your business. That's branding. The first question you have to ask yourself is, what sort of business are you going into? The second one is define your target audience. The third one is make it easier to remember. The fourth one is make sure it works well online. The fifth one is logo compatibility. The sixth one is create room for expansion. The seventh one is get an understanding of the different types of names. The eighth one is make sure your name does not mean anything negative in other languages. The ninth one is check the availability of your name. The last but not the least is choose a name you like. If you watch till now, choosing a name for your business shouldn't be a difficult task anymore. Feel free to watch it over and over again, and you'll be well on your way to having a successful business name. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Say bye. Bye-bye.
Skill Faculty is geared towards teaching, promoting and empowering you with the skills needed to become a better version of yourself in all ramifications. Skill Faculty, we are on the side of skill.